Hi, I'm Jenna Liston.
And I'm Jessica Fogelman.
Wait, no you aren't?
And these are your Rock TV announcements.
So instead of ending our hour extra long days on the March 20th, we have to extend to March 21st to make up that day that we got out 2 hours early. You're welcome, Westfield.
Stop by the Rock Shop to see the new Westfield lanyards. We are open on Thursdays and Fridays during all lunch periods. There's a special this week on baseball tees.
The yearbook purchase deadline has been extended to February 28th to still get your yearbook to a fair and affordable price of $60.
Seniors, the deadline for getting your yearbook picture taken has been extended to February 28th.
Welcome to today's topics, where we talk about topics from today or recently from today. First, last Friday was not a good day for Norwegian cross-country skier Martin Johnsrud Sundby, who placed badly in the 15-kilometer race in Sochi. His own mother said that he was the worst Norwegian and that he should go home. Martin may have come in 13th place in the 15-kilometer race, but he came in first place for uncontrollably weeping. A Papa John's in Scotland made news when an employee improperly threw away some leftover dough. The dough expanded onto the street, and residents immediately started calling it the Dough Monster. When I first saw the Dough Monster, I thought, I didn't know Rob Ford went to Scotland. A new flavor of jelly beans has been released that are beer flavored. So if you smell beer on your child's breath, they're either eating jelly beans or they're a raging alcoholic. Drake Bell, the former star of Drake and Josh, filed for bankruptcy. Reports have shown that he's over $500,000 in debt. But things are looking up for him because he just got a role on Swamp People. The U.S. has shown reports of having the lowest amount of clowns they've ever had. So if you have aspirations to grow up and become a clown, you're even weirder than before. That's all for today's topics. Thank you.
When I head up in front of that line and just seeing those moguls, of course I'm seeing the crowd and everything, but it doesn't matter. I stick to what I know. It's icy mogul and jumps. This is something that I have done enough times. And you know what? This is my moment. This is my day, and I will own that moment for myself, and I will ski for myself.
Norway's own Ketil Hansrud winning gold for Norway in the men's alpine skiing Super G.
It's a really great feeling now to win the first medal and the first gold medal for Germany. That's a great feeling.
With Olympic gold medalist Sage Katzenberg. How does that sound?
That sounds too good to be true. It's pretty crazy.
So you won your very first gold medal, the first gold medal for the United States here at this Games, and the first gold medal in your sport at the Olympics.
Juniors, you are required to have a meningitis booster prior to your senior year. This is a new immunization requirement. WHS Clinic must have documentation of 2 meningitis shots before students start their senior year. So don't be gross. Call or email Nurse West for details.
Do you feel any emptiness inside of your mortal soul? Well, it's probably from not having the announcements on your phone. Follow WWS WHS on Twitter. Announcements are posted every day.
Pep Band will be playing at the boys basketball game senior night this Friday. Please wear your Pep Band shirt and meet in the band area at 6:30. See you there.
The date for Thursday Night Live has been changed yet again to avoid conflicts with other school events. The show will now be Thursday, March 27th at 7 p.m.
Hi, this is Emma Luchkowski with Rock TV Sports. Today we're here with Coach O'Neill. He is sending 3 wrestlers to the state finals this year. So you've had a lot of great successes in the past. What do you think has made the team and individuals capable of this?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to start with the individual themselves. The 3 young men, Dylan, AJ, and Michael, who are all advancing to the state meet, have put in an incredible amount of work, not only throughout our season, but in the off season, and they all train year round, and many of them supplement their training with different wrestling academies, different strength and speed programs throughout the area. So 99% of the credit goes to those young men. In terms of what can we do as a coaching staff is just try to prepare a schedule of competition that prepares them for it. Of the over 300 schools in the state of Indiana, our schedule is ranked 8th in terms of strength of schedule. So just our job is to provide them with an environment where they can be successful, where they're challenged on a regular basis, and that way when we get to this point in the season, those type of athletes like these 3 young men who have put in all that time and effort have the opportunity to succeed.
And with sending people through last year, do you think the experience helps you a lot more this year with sending people through?
Oh, I think absolutely. You can trace it back in 2011. We were able to send 3 kids to state, one of which was Tyler Melby, who placed in the state, and another one was Luke Schaefer, who repeated the next year and was a state runner-up. And all of these guys saw Melby place, and then they saw Schaefer as a state runner-up, and then they saw DeLong get 8th in 2012 with Schaefer. In 2013, we had Logan and Evan Eldred, who's a sophomore this season, both qualify for state. And so these 3 guys were in the room all the time while those 3 previous years happened, and they got to learn from their experiences, and we as coaches, adapt and learn and what worked and what didn't work and where did we make errors. And so yeah, it's been a huge builder that in the past 4 years we've had 10 state qualifiers, and these 3 are numbers 8, 9, and 10 who've had the opportunity to learn from the 7 young men in front of them.
How do you think the team's support throughout the season helped motivate the 3 left to be the best that they can be and be at this point where they are?
Well, it's essential. And if you think about, well, first of all, wrestling, even though it's an individual sport, is really a team sport because you have to have tremendous practice partners each day. And because it's such a one-on-one sport, that if your practice partner isn't top-notch himself, you are not going to be top-notch. The old iron sharpens iron adage. And I think Michael Steele would be the first to tell you he would not be making this run right now if it weren't for Jeffrey Helm and Jacob Sandburn and Edwin Geronimo, and same with Belden and Dylan. Even though they work a lot together, they have Evan Eldred and Zachary Steele and many people around them. And now, even though we only have 3 guys left, our practice room, if you came up there, we still have over 30 guys in there just trying to keep things as normal as possible for these young men and their training, and just to be a support system, and to just provide motivation through hey, we're here for you guys, we're here to support you, and we're here to see you follow it all the way through.
And do you have any last advice for the 3 that are left?
And what an amazing accomplishment, really, when you think about it. At the beginning of this tournament, there's over 310 athletes in one weight class competing to be in the final 16. And so these 3 young men are in the final 16 of their weight class, which automatically puts them in the top 5% of all the wrestlers in the state of Indiana. And so, like we've been telling them all week, be proud of what you've accomplished, but don't be content. Stay active. We have to win Friday night. If they win Friday night, they're in the top 8 at state, and they're a state placer. And just to embrace the opportunity and go out there and compete at the highest level.
All right. Any last words?
No, just thanks to everybody at the school for their support this year, and incredibly proud that we were able to continue a lot of what's going on with Westfield athletics, from cross country to football to girls basketball to swimming to every sport. We're just happy to hopefully do our part and represent WHS the best we can.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. This is Emma Luchkowski, and this is Rock TV Sports.
That's all for your announcements.
Have a great weekend, Westfield.